What's up, guys? It's time for me to make some Week 9 NFL picks. Let's go. We got the Seahawks taking on the Bills. I'm going to go with Seattle. Russell Wilson has played like a league MVP this entire season. This kid, DK Metcalf, looks like the second coming of Calvin Johnson. They got Tyler Lockett on the outside. Folks, I've been telling you guys for weeks, Buffalo is overrated. I don't believe in this team. Last week, they should have lost to New England without Stephon Gilmore. Cam Newton fumbled the football. Not only that, but this team should have lost in Week 3 to the Los Angeles Rams. This team should have lost to the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 4. I don't believe in Buffalo as a long-term playoff threat. I believe they will get to the playoffs, but I don't think they'll do much in the playoffs. Next up, we got the Washington football team taking on the Giants. Folks, Daniel Jones hasn't lost to the football team in his young NFL career, so I'm going to give him this victory. I don't believe in Daniel Jones or the Giants, but considering the fact that they're going up against the Washington football team, I got to pick them this game. So give me the Giants by default. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Chicago Bears. Folks, I'm going to go with the Titans in a bounce-back game. Obviously, they still have King Henry. Nick Foles hasn't played well. And I think Ryan Tannehill will bounce back as long as he gets the ball to A.J. Brown. Next up, we got a big AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 5-2. Phillip Rivers has started to turn back the clock. That being said, I think Phillip Rivers will struggle this Sunday against a good Baltimore defense. I know Lamar Jackson typically struggles in these big stage games. I expect him to have a bounce-back game. I wish Baltimore acquired another receiver to help Lamar out. Unfortunately, they didn't. I think Baltimore will probably get bounced in the second round of the playoffs. I like Lamar Jackson. I think everybody does. But folks, I just don't know if this guy can win a Super Bowl. Given the fact that he struggled against Pittsburgh, he struggled against Kansas City, and I don't know if he's consistently accurate enough to ultimately get to his final destination, which is getting to and winning a Super Bowl. I like Lamar, but I'm looking at the quarterbacks in that division. Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to get bounced out of Cleveland. Does Lamar have a higher ceiling than Baker? Yes. Joe Burrow is in that division. Would I take Joe Burrow over Lamar for the next 10 years? I would. I think Joe Burrow is more talented. Lamar needs to get his act together in these big games to ultimately get to and win a Super Bowl. That being said, for this week, I got the Ravens. Next up, we got to go to these 4 o'clock matchups. We got the Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Last week, Tua Tagovailoa won his first NFL game, but he didn't do much, folks. He was able to coast because his defense was playing Jared Goff. This week, his defense is playing Kyler Murray. I expect the Cardinals to win this game off a bye at home in Arizona. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. First of all, let's get this straightened out. The Pittsburgh Steelers deserve some respect. This team is the only undefeated team in the NFL. Last year, without Big Ben Roethlisberger, without Antonio Brown, without Le'Veon Bell, this team went 8-8 with Devlin, Duck Hodges, and Mason Rudolph. Arguably the worst quarterback play in the National Football League. This year, with Big Ben under center, a competent, top 10 NFL quarterback, this team is undefeated because they have a great defense, because they drafted this kid Chase Claypool, because they can run the football effectively, because Big Ben is playing at a high level. This team is going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know who's the Cowboys starting quarterback. Is it Garrett Gilbert? Is it Cooper Rush? I don't know. This team misses Dak Prescott. I think Dak will ultimately get tagged in Dallas, but if he doesn't, I think Dak is going to get paid. Now, will he get paid more than Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson? Obviously not. He's not as good as those guys. But I think Dak deserves to be compensated based off what he has done and based off what the Cowboys have looked like so far without Dak Prescott. So give me the Steelers. Finally, big Sunday night football game. We got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Folks, I got to go with the Bucs. Tom Brady is playing at an all-time great level. No other quarterback has played well. At the age of 43 years old, this guy is on another level. Tom Brady is still a top 3 MVP candidate. He's only behind Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. He's still getting the job done. Last year in New England, he didn't have the weapons. He had a down year. That being said, he still threw for over 4,000 yards. He still threw 24 touchdowns. He only threw 8 interceptions. Tom Brady played well, given what he had to work with last year in New England. This season, with a better receiving core, a receiving core that hasn't stayed healthy, given the fact that O.J. Howard is now out for the season, given the fact that Godwin has been in and out of the lineup, given the fact that Gronk wasn't Gronk the first couple of games, given the fact that Mike Evans was dealing with an ankle injury, Tom Brady has thrown 20 touchdowns over the first 8 games of the year. First 8 games. That's the first half of the season there, folks. To 4 interceptions. 5-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. This guy is on another level. He has completely changed the culture of this organization. He has provided stability as well as leadership. They just brought in Antonio Brown. It's going to be a cold day in hell for these defenses. I mean, with Godwin, with Evans, with Gronk, with Antonio. These defenses don't know what they're in for. I think the Saints defense is in for a tough day at the office. I know New Orleans still has some firepower. They get back Michael Thomas, hopefully. Emmanuel Sanders comes back this week. They still have Alvin Kamara in the backfield. But those 2 linebackers in Tampa Bay, Levante David and Devin White, the 5th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, are going to be all over Kamara on Sunday. This game is also going to be played in Tampa Bay. I just think that Tom Brady and the Bucs are better than Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. Final game of the week. I don't want to talk about it, but we're going to have to. Patriots, Jets. There's a part of me, as a Patriots fan, that would like to lose this game to the Jets in order to get a higher draft pick, but we all know what's going to happen. The Patriots are going to beat the Jets because the Jets are trash, because they have Adam Gase, because they've been a disaster for 50-plus years, because they're the Jets. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.